What's up everyone, it's Jan Bors, new video, new Eurovision update, and today we will go throughout the whole Euro. We will talk about Poland, we will talk about Luxembourg, we will talk briefly about the EBU, new rules somehow, we will talk about new rules, there are no new rules, this is what we will be talking about a little bit. We will very briefly talk about Junior Eurovision and that's it. So take your seats, take your coffee. I will try to be brief, but also I will give you opinions to each of those topics if they were of some more talking, so you can enjoy not just the news, because you can read it anywhere, you can also enjoy an opinion, and then if you share it or not, it's up to you, but definitely interact. So comment in the comments below and also give this video a like, share, subscribe, and so on. Let's talk. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel and let's start talking about Poland, shall we? So Poland revealed their, first of all, participation at Eurovision 2025 after a few years of, let's say, very weird approach of the act and so on. Maybe this year the Poland will become much more natural without pleasing Eurovision world, but actually sending a good quality music with good quality performance, and there will be also public who will decide this, because they will have national selection this year and this will decide who will be the winner, who will represent Poland, and actually it will be completely on the Polish people, voting only by public. Therefore there is also a thing that all those selected artists, all those selected songs, all those selected performances will be pre-selected by TVP and the professional panel established to shortlist it and showcase you the most interesting artist you will be able to see, and one of them will be the representative of Poland. I'm very curious. There are some rules. Applicants must be 16 years of age or older by first 25. That means it's the Eurovision rule basically. The applicant must be a Polish citizen. If a group or if a brand or group, this applies to main vocalists. So basically they adapted the rules from ESCZ from the past, not the current ones. The entry should be a new song that has not been played or published in whole or in part before September 1st. Again, basic Eurovision rule. The submitted piece should be the final version and not a demo with a recorded vocal part of the person who will perform the piece during the national selection. So in my opinion, this is amazing rule because it exactly specified, don't send us half-made songs. Don't let us use our fantasies to see or feel where the song will go. Show us the final product, something what you want to represent yourself and the country. This is what will be deciding at, nothing else, which I think it's absolutely fair. It's the fairest of the fairest, really. And especially I think they can afford to do this because they're starting later, and that means that all the people should be prepared somehow, which I kind of think if they are doing their job done properly, this is the official information, but in the background the Polish producers were already informed that something like this is going to happen. It's not a new stuff, at least I hope it was like this, so they can receive as much as possible good songs, really. So the other is the submitted piece must have original music and lyrics in the following languages: Polish, Kashubian, Belarusian, Czech, Lithuanian, German, Armenian, Slovak, Ukrainian, Karim, Lemko, Roma, Tatar, English, French, Italian, and sign language. Mixed text versions are permitted. I think, this is very fascinating for me because Poland, after all, basically said we are a very diverse society. All of those languages can be sung by a citizen of our own land, which is brilliant. This is our diverse. This is all the people who are in here can talk in such languages, or the palette of people living in here and has citizenship are also able to talk in those, which is brilliant. I think I like this rule, especially for what it's showcased, because I think Poland is the same as Czech. They are called basically like the white land, whatever, because yes, this is the diversity of color, but we forget to talk about the diversity of languages, cultures, and so on from completely different parts than ex-colonial countries has, which they don't understand because they look at us from their perspective, right? So this actually talks by itself. I love it. The submitted piece cannot be an arrangement of folk melodies. So also what they say, they don't want to use some old piece melody from fairy tale or from lullaby or from some folk music we were used to, for example, listen as a kids, and to arrange it in the modern era. I think this is kind of a little bit of a reaction to what happened last year in Norway, that they adapted like 1,000-year-old song to a modern metal kind of metalish kind of feeling, which it's not the correct thing. So they want original. Basically, they completely determine like its original piece. You might be inspired, but you cannot rearrange something what already existed, even it's 1,000 or 2,000 years old, whatever. Nice, very nice specification. Also, I'm listening to this. I'm reading this from eurovoa.com. I really like this website. The national final will take place on February 14. Public voting alone will decide a Polish entry for Basel, as I told you before. Poland is starting. From this point, it feels very seriously. Of course, it depends on what kind of music they will bring, what kind of artists they will bring, if they will be very tough on the artist's capability of singing, if they will get themselves out of this let's please Eurovision, creating a little bit of cringiness by music, by the showcasing it on the stage, and maybe they really bring like something with high quality on every single aspect, because Poland is a huge country. I made a video last year or at the beginning of this year who can represent or who might represent Poland the next year. I mean, this year maybe some of them could, but definitely in my research I pinpointed like 10 people, but there are like 100 people who would be able to do it, and honestly who would be able to do it better than many previous contestants they had to represent the country. I think that they should also look quality first, ideology nowhere. I think this is also a thing which should be more supported, regardless they want to also have Eurovision as a political or ideological standpoint, which I think it's kind of happening really. Anyway, let's move on to Luxembourg, shall we? Luxembourg opened their selection process months ago, and now it's the time of the year when this is really happening, when the finalists of their national selections are determined. I was there last year. It was a brilliant experience with brilliant artists, brilliant music, brilliant discussions, and also the openness by the RTL Luxembourg and all the team around the show they have, and also the team responsible for Eurovision Song Contest from Luxembourg. And in my opinion, they motivate a lot of people. Of course, they are not focusing simply just on Luxembourg, but somehow also connected, very open to this. I can have my opinion on it or not, doesn't matter. I think what is important for them, and they are claiming this, is the quality. The quality is the thing. The rest, it's kind of, it's not that important. The quality first, which I agree completely with. Regardless the fact how it ended up, after all, I think they did amazing result at Eurovision. Even though I think with some other artists they could do even better result, but this is just a pure speculation. The important is that what they will bring this year, and they have a very interesting jury in my opinion, because they this year moved from more likely producers kind of a jury to artists jury, and artists who are very connected to Eurovision, with the Eurovision spirit in them, which also kind of said we are looking for a Eurovision song for Eurovision, which I don't know if I agree with or not, because I don't know the bunch of songs which are there to be judged. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about this. I don't know what to think about it, but the juries are Diogo Fernandez, Pole Genoa, Marie Miriam, Nian Kavanagh, Eldar Gassim, of all people very connected to Eurovision, successful at Eurovision, interesting faces from different countries than last year. I completely appreciate this approach from RTL, that they use the jury in the way to help them pre-select the artists for the finals, which I think it's a bigger step than many countries are doing in shortlisting the finalists of their shows. I really like it because they immediately receive international feedback, which is very important for them to say like, okay, this way or not, and to create a very good and, let's say, diverse, even I'm stopping liking this word, I think very like big discussion, the discussion which has a different opinion from various sides, from various positions, various reasons, and also various cultures, which I think it's kind of definitely important to absorb feedbacks from various worlds of music. So this is about Luxembourg. I wish luck to Luxembourg. Write me in the comments below what do you think. Okay, let's move on. There's a very short notice. Besa, the representative of Albania last year, is connected to San Marino's national selection this year, and this is a big kind of thing. Of course, Albania and Italia, this is like a big thing in general because there's a big Albanian community in Italy. San Marino is not Italy, but come on, we all know how it is. And the thing is that, and this is a question I put to myself, if Besa, who wasn't successful at Eurovision 2024 for a reason that basically nothing really worked that well over there, the song, the staging wasn't really good, the dress drama around it, and so on and so on, I'm not sure that this is a smart choice from San Marino already, because there was nothing proving that this artist can make it better, but maybe I'm wrong. But for me, the signal was that if Albanians across the Europe, which is a huge community of people, and there is only public voting in Eurovision semifinals, didn't vote for Besa, which I was thinking this will be the thing, the Albanians will support their artist, and they didn't in public voting, then I would really question if I would invite such an artist and risk winning. Kind of very cruel producers thinking, if there is basically zero chance for the artist to come through, even though there can be amazing song, and then maybe it is completely changing the odds. But I would definitely put this question in mind. Does this really worth it? Isn't it a little bit weird? Just a question. Your thoughts in the comments below. And let's move on to Eurovision news, and they are that the rules change is not on the point of the program. So Eurovision managers, reference groups, and all the responsible people about the rules are very concerned about the safety environment, which was always safe, and you cannot make it probably safe from idiots. Okay, you cannot do it anywhere, in my opinion. You can only insist on some basic human rules, basically to just don't be idiot, right? But they didn't happen last year, and big dramas and big changes in Eurovision managements and so on was happening because of it. But the most important thing, the Eurovision rules wasn't changed. The rule of no juries in semi-final, or the whole jury rule, or anything regarding this. So what we can expect again this year, the public vote in semi-final only, and this after 2 years of experience basically tells the countries, send the funny thing. Regardless the quality, it doesn't matter if your artist can sing, only send something which is interesting. If you will, or it must be very good universally. If you send something which is neither of this with the brilliant artist, or it's on this word, probably the chance is zero. So if I'm a producer, I would read this as Eurovision wants to be as much inclusive as possible, which means let's bring lower quality to show that we are very open. But then I would say let's scratch off the name competition out of it, because this has nothing to do with real competitions. Real competitions are really made of juries, and then also maybe public or so what, like the marketing part and then the professional part. Marketing part is the public part, the professional part is the jury. Okay, we will not have it again. We have what we have. We decided to go with Eurovision this way, and hopefully not to distort its brand name even more when it's happening right now. Regardless, you see it or not, we are going backwards with Eurovision, definitely. So we're not pushing for the quality, which is what it should be about. If this competition should have a bigger, wider name, much more quality, not just on stage, but also everywhere higher demands. We're basically taking all the demands we have for Eurovision, and we do completely irrelevant we create completely irrelevant position and rules to give another people more money, and we are even clapping like this. Regardless, the quality will be the same and the people will do nothing about it anyway. So this is what is my feeling about it. Maybe yours is completely different. Write me in the comments below, and let's check if there is some more news, some little extra news. Like Ukraine national selection will happen probably at Saturday 8 February 25, but let's see how they will do it. I really would like to be part of it somehow, because I love Ukrainian music industry, especially the way how they are doing it, The artists are brilliant. Simply, it really works. And what else? Junior Eurovision, it's coming very soon, next week. I will be not there, but I will be definitely commenting on this. I have my favorite song, but I don't have favorite in general. Like, let's see who's gonna win. I hope the best will win. This is very important, that also the kids are judged very fairly, that they are not judged with compassion in this place, but with really analytical heads a little bit. But it's only public voting, so it's far from fairness. Forgot about the fair thing in it, but it's definitely a rule which everybody accepted, and it's a popularity vote more likely than anything else, which is always like this when there is only public voting. But in my opinion, we should really think about the contest name in this Eurovision Song Contest name, because it's stopping to be contest. It's more like a popularity show. So let's see about it in the future, but definitely I will be there to comment on it, regardless you like it or not. But I really hope you do like it. So write me in the comments below what do you think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video. You can also support me any other way. You saw it on the screen many times. Well, and I see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.